Blessings to you, my energetic beings, and welcome back to the Musing Moon Meditation. This meditation is brought to you in the season of Virgo. However, the goddess of the night, the harvest full moon, is in Pisces. So this may be just where the enchantment, the dreams, become reality. Emotions are more of the main stage ingredient as it is the moon. But what is this dreaming feeling that is becoming real? And with that said, hi there, I am Tonya D. I teach people about tuning into their energetic body through the realms of the elementals to ground, source, connect, protect, and to listen how you too can package your greatest asset, which is you, and become the being that you are meant to be. Living our life purpose sometimes can often feel like a curse, but the blessing is in the ingredients, and you are the ingredients in your main stage chalice. And the study is really kind of in the case. By teaching people how to play with these elementals and utilize the gifts of the other world to bring light to who they are, whether fear is your ally, turning it into your greatest asset. I am a holistic shaman and medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon. But my intention is to utilize the power of these indigenous technologies, our original divine blueprint, to navigate our soul's harmonic through these realms, the realms of the elemental highway, and into the imaginal realms within our subtle energies, elemental beings, and so much more, with offerings, rituals, and prescriptions, the otherworldly kind, ritual, to add to your personal container. And my goal truly, authentically is to merge the wisdom of these indigenous technologies within the subtle realms into the etheric highway to assist you again into navigating your prime directive, your inner genius, reintroducing you to and through the magical being that resides within. And I do call myself a holistic Sha'Medium, but welcome to my virtual or audio medicine room. And again, if you haven't already, please do be kind and subscribe to either my musing podcast, Musing with Tonya D, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or just join my newsletter to be in the knowing, and also my YouTube channel where you're probably watching this moon meditation, along with other social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. But if your soul wishes to dive on deeper, head on over to my musing corridor where I have some amazing offerings and opportunities to assist you, to guide you at club.tonyad.tv. I am your holistic Sha'Medium assistant. You truly are your own healer. But sometimes we do need a shamanic coach to see beyond the beyond, sharing insight to an otherworldly perspective. Wherever you are in your container, I will be sure to meet you there. But with this full moon in the season of Virgo boosting the energy of Pisces, it's arriving September 10th, apexing at 5:59 a.m. Eastern, 4:49 a.m. Central, 3:59 a.m. Mountain, and 2:59 Pacific. I always feel like I'm going back in time. But with the full moon streaming in at the 17th degree, you may just feel called to speak your dreams, your visions into reality. Spirit's like inducing this conversation. The energy of reality is high during this full moon, being in the dreamy, creative, spiritual sensing sign of Pisces, the realm of our subconscious reality. We may have some sort of spiritual decision to make, a heartfelt one in our inner authority, reality. It's time to decide. Spiritual energy is inducing this within us. This is where dreams become a feeling within our day-to-day life. They become real. Intuition is on those higher tides along with our heart. So it's like, what does the queen of our chalice have to say about our intuitive connection? So if you're curious about intuitive gifts, take the Change Your Stars quiz to alchemize that gift and open the treasures of spirit that we're gifted to upon our arrival into the earth plane. Just a thought there, by the way. And if you're having some insight into manifesting, or you're looking for some, getting assistance from the realm of spirit and more, go ahead and join the Witcher's Way to Manifestation. Register as we cleanse the spheres of our chalice, opening up our heart and the language of our emotions and more, I may add. But besides being offered the opportunity to release, more likely in areas where we feel pressured to perform, to perfect, those perfectionist qualities of Virgo, analyzing details and whatnot. Being that this is the harvest full moon, it's like, what have we been harvesting, producing? And knowing it's the closest full moon to the fall equinox, and it rises very soon after sunset. It's luminous, it's brilliant, it's bright. Even in indigenous tribes, it's also been named the big moon. So there's a celebration of not only the harvest, but also the goddess of the night. So, light a lantern as an offering, even a candle. Create a celebratory feast honoring the harvest. And being that this full moon is also in relations with Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, it's in its season, we have an added ingredient into this cosmic soup. Intuition's going to be elevated, as the moon is also an intuitive gift. Our sacral is highly online, the emotional field, along with our crown center. So there's this fluidity of our intuitive senses. And remember to not only go with your gut, but also, more importantly, with what we feel and what we sense. That is on the horizon. So the spiritual gifting is on these tides. Things become aligned, meaning our imagination, our subconscious emotions and feelings and wishes are becoming rooted. So Virgo's invitation is to analyze, heal, integrity. Day-to-day wounds may be coming to the surface, being mindful of our heart. We then receive this initiation to heal those wounds, the wounded healer. With so many planets retrograde, the ingredients are swirling in this cosmic soup. So invite the energy of the moon to reflect. Do some creative visualization, even a mindful meditation. I have a plethora of meditations in Soliciting Solitude. That is in the venue as well. But however, these assets, these key ingredients of this full moon, are speaking with our dreams, speaking our dreams into reality with heartfelt commitments and intentions, like authentically deciding what you want your reality to be and allowing spirit to assist you. The magic is in the air. The power is available. The power of love, however, not the power of, or the love of power, I might add, but being available to our intuition, emotions, being highly creative aspirations, inspirations, imagination. There's this bounty in the sky, the goddess of the night. And Mercury's in full swing as well. Be mindful of our words. You may end up saying something that you don't really mean, and Mars is also added to this container as well. So there's no need in getting lifted into some unnecessary drama. Uranus is also in the mix. So this is adding excitement, some lightning, eccentricity, sudden changes, the unexpected kind, things we don't see coming. Unexpected goals coming to us, manifesting, coming to fruition. They're landing in our reality. So it's going to reach its climax. But being that Virgo is body-based, feeling and listening to our body, being in the intuitive flow, having high sense perception in our day-to-day world, our reality. So things may appear as clear as mud during this lunation. So feel through the things. Our heart doesn't have to know the tangible answer, and just allow those feelings to rise, feelings to be. They can move us, they can direct us, they are water, and become something of a guide. It may appear as if the world outside of us is literally slowing down and our inner world is buzzing. So these possibilities, even of the past, kind of streaming in, the wounds, even things we have been too afraid to look at, coming back, bubbling to the surface. Just take a breath and take a pause. That is only false evidence affecting our reality, fear. So be in the stillness, listening to what our inner world may have to say, surrendering, allowing, even sitting back in that pause, the inhale, and just allowing it to unfold beautifully without our own personal interference. So the energy also of this full moon is really, it's got this really thin, it's thinning the veil, allowing us greater accessibility to our intuition, our higher self, spirit guides, angels, animal totems, guardians, etc. This ability, this gifting is going to just flow in naturally, organically. It's going to be easy. And we all have the ability to connect with spirit. We don't have to be spiritual or special or meditate every day. We all possess the gift to connect, to set our heartfelt, spiritually induced intentions, and trust that you are heard. Stay open for the signs, the dreams, the sigils, the intuitive insights, or the little pings and the zings, those aha moments that just float in out of nowhere. The crown is online, so we are more open to receive these divine messages from Source, Great Spirit, God, whatever word resonates with you. And Mars is also activated. So the planet of action, I am, characters, behaviors. which may also trigger the flavor of being maybe a little more sensitive, possibly moody, even vulnerable, actually. Being quick to decide, accident-prone, erratic behavior. But be mindful of falling into these patterns. Mars is activating our solar plexus as well. So the full moon is really urging us to take that breath and that pause, take our time, be in the moment, really be in the stillness and listening. Maybe go sit by a lake, a calm lake, and just browse at it at the full night of this full moon. That's kind of what I'm sensing, just saying that out loud. But really being in the stillness and listening. And again, being in the season of Pisces, it's the end of the cosmic cycle. So this full moon may also bring the ending to the harvest, something you've been harvesting, something you've been working on as well. It's coming to fruition. So with each of the signs, I'm just going to tag a little notice for you before we do the meditation. So for Aries, this is in the realm of your dreams. Lucky you, psychic vibes. That's what's being activated. It's happening in your 12th house of the subconscious realm. So if any sign should pay a little extra close nudge attention to synchronicities that are happening, it's definitely you. So dreams may be especially vivid. Be sure to kind of jot them down in your memoirs. But however, your job is to be especially careful not to be overly rational or overly analytical, because these revelations are less about facts and figures and what you can see on paper. It's more about the inner guidance, those inner truths, those spiritual truths, those gut feelings. And just remember that feelings are a different kind of messenger. They are fluid. They're ones that invite us to feel deeper, dig deeper. Maybe you're experiencing something. So just allow yourself on a soul level to process and validating those emotions, even if nobody else can. Just witnessing your own experiences are happening for you, not to you. Taurus, for you, this harvest moon is activating your inner psychic vibrations. It's the acumen where when you think of somebody, at that exact time, they're going to randomly text you, reach out, call. Did you predict it or did you manifest it? The answer is less important than the understanding that there are so many ways we communicate with our intuitive faculties that it has nothing to do with words we actually say out loud. This is like our spiritual congress. So this is happening in your 11th house of friends and groups. So you have this magic opportunity to begin to understand the realms of your subconscious, those inner workings, group dynamics that you can participate in. So you may just start to discover patterns of how you relate to each other, the role you play within their society. So just be mindful of the energy you bring in and see if you can add more creativity and positivity into your day-to-day interactions. Gemini. Now, Gemini, you can see a project come to completion, which is super juicy because this lunation is taking place in your 10th house of career, public spotlight, leadership, a big professional endeavor. Something you've been laboring over is now making its debut. You are being seen out into the world. But the frequency of this harvest is inviting you to focus on is less than about those particulars about the project and more about how you feel about it, feeling this energy. Does it enhance your sense of identity? Do you feel a sense of accomplishment? Is that relief over, or do you feel the exact same as you did before, or even possibly guilty, maybe a little conflicted? This energy is really asking you to let go of how you think, how you should feel, and allow yourself to experience the galactic sea of emotions that you do feel. Let go of the weight of the world, of other people's expectations, and even possibly your own. Cancer. It really is time for you to move forward, embrace transformation, change. Easier said than done for most people, especially for you. You are a crab. Sometimes the future does seem a little daunting. However, you are like the memoir keeper. You cling and remember the past. You see things for how they have been, often a source of comfort and nurturing, and you consciously know that it can also be limiting. So this moon is happening in your 9th house of spiritual growth and expansion. The question you must answer is, what has your intuition been whispering to you that you've been ignoring or putting off, and why? whether it's clinging to an idea of a past relationship, a dead-end job, or a goal that no longer uplifts or inspires you. So the stars, the galaxy, are calling on you to do what you already know you must. Let go of what has reached its expiration date. Trust in your dreams, in your gifts, your abilities, in your inner senses, and your knowingness. Leo, you may be feeling particularly sensitive or vulnerable because this is activating a very secretive, sensitive spot for you. This energy is in your 8th house of karmic debts, faded energy in a sense to your circumstances. This may leave you feeling out of control, maybe at the mercy of the whims of somebody else or even the universe itself, but it's not the most comfortable feeling imaginable, but you're being invited to sit with all of this discomfort, any of it that arises, and really ask yourself what you know to be true, authentically, to be real in reality, to be just who you are, to illuminate and utilize these answers to guide your next actions and let go of the perceptions that you are never totally in control of anything, but how you respond to the moment and how you honor your intuition. The gift is in the guidance sometimes, right? That's the package. Virgo, whoa, this harvesting moon is in your 7th house of partnerships. Maybe it's time to listen to what your gut has been telling you about your most intimate partnerships, whether it's romantic, business, or even otherwise. Does this person feel like the one? Are they somebody you could blindly put your blind faith into? Do you trust them? Do they have your best interests at heart? So this isn't about writing things down in pro-con list like a Virgo would do, something you're quite amazing at accessing, by the way, but instead it's about tapping into your inner sense of these fact-based feelings and how do you feel in this person's presence. You're hyper aware. I know this for myself. I have a Virgo rising, so it's like, what feelings are you leaning into? Which ones are you avoiding? Only you can tell if this is something to invest in or detach from. Trust the process, however you proceed forward, what you're doing, what's best for what's happening for you. Libra, for you, you're finally willing to work up the courage to let go of something, and you know what that is. It's just having the energy to do it. So it's activated your 6th house of your work, health, service, the house of Virgo. So you may have slowly come to this realization what does and does not fulfill you, excite you, inspire you, what you're doing out of a sense of duty or obligation to the other. You've probably been a little people-pleasing more so than not. There's no shame in wanting systems to function and be efficient, having integrity, honoring one's word, for everyone to get along together. But all of these sacrifices on the day-to-day kind of come at a cost, possibly a cost that's too high, and one that you no longer need to pay attention to, more importantly, to thrive. So listen to your inner voice. You are ruled by the throat center. You know what needs some editing. Wish it well, send it off. Allow yourself to be in a new container. Scorpio, your imagination is operating at an all-time fragrant high. That's your ingredient. It's aligned. Enjoy it. This lunation is happening in your house of fun and pleasure, the 5th house, creative juices, exploring, being flowing. You could have a cosmically inspired eureka moment, an aha moment, something otherworldly, allowing these musings to pay you a visit, the other worlds, whether it's in a dream, a daydream. Allow any critical thoughts, self-judgment to just float on by, go down the river. Just accept the new vision that you're sharing with you. Open up to it. It's a pursuit, possibly something you've never considered before. But your energetic soul journey is to let go of overly exacting the standards, a need for everything to be perfect for you, and allow yourself to express your creativity. You do have the gift. It's time to share it with the world you've been holding back for way too long. Sagittarius, this is your home life. This is what you're focusing on. Shifting and changing is approaching in your 4th house of family. You're being invited to consider your living environment. Is it reflective of who you are, what you want, what your needs are? growing up, you likely fantasized about a dream home. Whatever that fantasy looked like on the exterior, there's also the foundations, the emotional foundations that's needed to be built on the interior as well, inside of us. So who's in that home with you, inside of your essence? What does it feel like to be in that, to live in it every day? Is there happiness? Is there peace? Is there joy? Is there harmony? Do you wake up refreshed and inspired and enlivened? Or do you think your current living situation is reflecting of that dream space? And if it's not entirely, it's totally okay. But what can you do? Release. Get one step closer to making that dream a reality and waking up to it in your day-to-day life. Capricorn, you're being asked to trust your vibes. You've got these mental insights and possibly one of the sharpest minds there is. But this isn't about thinking, it's about feeling. It's the moon. So can you feel your feelings? Do you understand where they're coming from? Can you process them? And more importantly, can you trust what they're showing you, something important about your inner world, about yourself? Happening in your third house of communication. This is all about sitting with your emotions, dreaming, writing, meditating, visioning, reflecting, possibly calling a buddy or a mentor to initiate, a therapist, maybe talk about them. Remember that voicing your emotions is a strength. It's about authenticity. It's your innate nature. It's your gift. You don't have to hold everything in as an experience. Show your heart. Aquarius, your second house of personal values is being activated. You're going to be called out to affirm what matters to you the most. The stars are asking you to think beyond money and finances. It's possibly just about knowing that you're more than just a bank account. It's about welcoming in a sense of personal abundance, affirming your sense of self and building confidence and producing. It's not merely just rooted in what you do or how much you earn, but really centered with who you are. What are you being? And you have these inner instincts, especially when it comes to what you choose, like where to invest in the material physicality of it. Use this energy to manifest a deeper appreciation for who you are. What is it you're becoming? You've earned it. Come by it honestly. If you're not too sure about that, or if you're feeling unsure, just consider ways in your body, your physical body already knows this truth. So trusting in your gut, following your heart, possibly literally and magically. And Pisces, oh my gosh, Pisces, so much of how we identify is rooted in the exterior. But this is getting deeper to your essence, to your core. It's shining a spotlight specifically on you because this is your first house of self. This isn't about how others see you, but how you see yourself in your inner world, your galaxy, how you want to be seen out into the future. Can you allow yourself the grace to accept who you are in this moment? Can you see your perceived faults and all your flaws and your not flaws? Now is the time to celebrate how far you have come in building your unique essence, your persona, your behavior, your character. It can sound like an empty cliche, but there is no one else quite like you. Let's be real. So allow your light to shine on and shine brighter, honoring your feelings, validating your feelings. You have a unique opportunity to manifest your deeper desires in this moment. All you have to do is be honest about your authenticity, your dreams, your imagination. What is it? So with all of that, let's begin by taking those inhales, those exhales, becoming centered, grounded into the element of choice. We're going to bring it into the heart space, the high heart, the chalice, our higher self, the guardian of our galaxy, and affirm our connection to the Great Spirit through the crown. So invoking spiritual connection down through the crown and exhaling through the heart, our high heart through the chalice. And possibly I'm sensing just 7 unique breaths for this, connecting to the aspects of the galaxy of who we are. So yeah, once you get centered, inhale, I like to hold for a count of 3, and then exhale, release. So inhale through the crown all the way down to the heart, into your sacred heart, your chalice, the star that you are. You are safe, you are grounded, you are protected. Exhale and release. Inhale through the crown down to your heart, your sacred heart, your chalice, the star that you are. And exhale, release into the atmosphere, the dreams, the creativity, your heartfelt wishes. Inhale through the crown down to your high heart. And on this exhale, release feelings out into the cosmic sphere, feelings of love, peace, joy, gratitude, blessings, any word, feeling, sensation that comes to you that makes you feel juicier inside. And exhale and release. Inhale through the crown and all the way down to your high heart, spiraling in your chalice. And on your exhale, release beliefs and opinions. You are recalibrating your story. Divinely intervention. You're creating a world, a memory, a movie of what your reality is going to come into. Exhale and release. Inhale through the crown and all the way down to your spiraling heart chalice, vibrating to a new vibration, a new frequency. You are identifying, you are law of attracting your dreams, your hopes, your wishes, your spiritual acumen, that connection to source energy, becoming real, manifested in this reality as you exhale and release. Inhale through the crown all the way down to your high heart, your spiraling chalice. You are in the comforts of this divine sacred garden, and you are going to affirm something within you that resonates and piques your heart, sparks your spiritual connection. Affirm it as if you are knowing it, whatever that is for you. Exhale and release. Inhale through the crown and all the way down, receiving the blessings and opening up to receive within your container spiritual truths of your own personal, unique essence, your vibration. Hold for a count of 3 and exhale, release as you receive the goodness from source energy. Inhale through the crown all the way down to your heart, your sacred heart, your high heart, your chalice, your Sarah. You have this spiritual connection divinely integrating, showing you the messages, the dreams, the sigils, the signs to elevate your essence and be spiritually driven in your container as you exhale and release. Spirit is connected. Inshallah and Ashe. Blessings to you. I know this was a little long. I'm trying to not go overboard, but if this episode inspired you in some juicy way, take a screenshot of you listening on your device, post it in your Instagram stories, tagging at the Tonya D. And if your heart does wish to dive on deeper into your personal container, join me on the other side in my corridor, a venue for healing at club.tonyad.tv. Blessings to you once again, and Ashe.